Hello there. In this video I'm going to review a game that I remember from my childhood very fondly for the Sega Mega Drive. It is European Club Soccer. So European Club Soccer was released in 1992 by Chrysalis Software and published by Virgin Games. It was released in North America under the name World Trophy Soccer and in Japan by the name J-League Championship Soccer. Differences was the World Trophy Soccer you played as teams from around the World International teams, and J-League Soccer was Japanese football teams. So the game is based on the old style European Cup before the Champions League came in, so there's no league phase, it's just knockout stages over 2 legs. There's 170 teams to choose from across Europe, and the English teams are Man United, Leeds United, which at the time had won the last ever English top tier before becoming the Premier League. We've got Arsenal, Aston Villa, West Ham, Nottingham Forest, who at the time was still the only English team to have defended the European Cup in 1979 and 1980 under the legend Brian Clough. There's also Everton, Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs, Norwich, and oddly Rotherham United. Now, I remember when we were kids, we always used to think Rotherham ever won a European trophy because they never seemed in the top flight, but I later found out that Chrysalis Software was actually based in Rotherham, so they wanted to have the Rotherham United team in there. You can also choose from the Scottish leagues, Welsh and Irish leagues as well. I mean, in the Welsh leagues there's Cardiff City and Wrexham as well, when at the time Wrexham was still in the English league and not demoted at the time. For some reason as well, the Russian and Ukrainian teams are under USSR, even though the USSR collapsed in 1991, and for the Euro 92 they were under the name the CIS, which I'm not sure why it must have been developed while it was still the USSR. So the main game is the European Cup tournament, played in a 2-leg knockout format, with the final being 1 leg. If the score is tied after the 2 legs, it goes to a penalty shootout until a winner is decided. There's a fair amount of customization in the game for when it come out. I mean, you can amend the strips of the home and away kits, which at the time a lot of football games you couldn't actually do. I don't recall FIFA doing this right up until maybe FIFA 97, 98. So the gameplay is side to side, like side scrolling across the screen. There's no offside rule in this, and there's no injuries to the players. I mean, there is fouls, there is yellow cards and red cards, but there's not an injury option in there. If there's bad tackles, you just get booked by the referee. When not in possession as well, the B is a slide tackle with A to change the person, and whilst in possession, B is pass and C is lob. They are missing the shoot button on this as well, which can be frustrating at times. Like when you're on target, you've got to run around the keeper to pass it in the net or lob it, which is quite difficult to do. The graphics are great as well. I get a proper nostalgia trip when I play it, especially the goalie with the yellow jersey. Really reminds me of Peter Shilton's jersey in the Italia 19. Really brings back a lot of good memories when I first got into watching football. Also the football stadiums as well, they're like the old school football grounds. We've even got the fences between the crowds and the pitch, which obviously with the Hillsborough tragedy and Taylor reports they're not there anymore, but at the time it seems like a time capsule to what football used to be like in those days, and it's good to play it to see what it used to be like then. I'd really love to see this game get a remaster, maybe like Fire Pro Wrestling, that being remastered and played like that. I think that would look really great with that kind of treatment. And they can also add a shoot button as well to it. There is one thing that this game does have which I've never seen in any other football game. Even FIFA, I think I've played FIFA up to FIFA 17, is when you do a substitution, you actually see the sub get off the bench and take his tracksuit off, getting ready to be taken off. Now, it's just a little touch, but it's a really good touch, and I always remember that. I mean, me and my brother always comment on that when we see each other about this game, that no other football game has ever done this before. A big shout out to my brother Liam as well, who gave me his copy of European Club Soccer. Cheers up, bro, I really appreciate that. So looking back at it now, it's still really fun to play. It's not as fluid as like the FIFA games, like FIFA International Soccer and FIFA 95. But the nostalgia of the game totally makes up for it, and it's still fun to do the European Cup. I think it's about 8 games all together to get to the final, and once you win the cup as well, it then goes on to a sort of like Super Cup where you play a South American team as well, sort of like a new level where you can go on to win another cup as well, which is really good. So I think the only things that really let it down is with it not being as fluid as FIFA. Sometimes it can be frustrating, and with it not having the shoot button. Also as well, the clock goes it goes half time and full time dead on 45. There's no leeway at all. I mean, you could be a millimetre off the line to shoot and then it's full time, even when you're taking a free kick or a penalty. And the lack of the shoot button as well. They're the only things that let it down really, but like I said, the nostalgia trip makes up for that definitely. So I'll give this game 8 out of 10. Okay, so that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed the video and got something out of it. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll do more videos of some other Mega Drive games that I've got, do some more reviews in the future. But until then, I'll see you soon. I hope you're doing good, and hope to see you real soon after this whole lockdown's over. Till then, bye bye.